Coach, you only up 2 going into the fourth quarter. What do you think allowed you guys to pull away?
I think our defensive end, we were really good tonight. I thought we did a great job on their shooters. That's a very good team that we just played there. Warwick's going to have a fantastic season, and our worry going into tonight was their multiple shooters and scorers. But I thought as a team we did a great job limiting open looks, and for the most part we did a great job of one and done rebounding. There were a couple stretches where they got back in the game a little bit where we weren't rebounding, but I was most pleased just with our defensive end. Especially the third quarter, we struggled to score the ball, but we were able to maintain our lead, or I think they tied it at one point because we kept getting stops. So I was most pleased with our defense.
Maddox had 19 points.
Yeah.
How much better is he this year compared to last year?
It's like night and day, to be honest with you. First of all, he's more physically mature. He's much stronger this year. But he was the best player on the floor tonight. And Warwick, like I said, you has some good players. Horst is going to York College to play. But tonight I thought Maddox was fantastic. He was the best player on the floor.
Tommy Hunsinger in the fourth quarter made a 3, and then had
two good threes tonight.
And he had an assist to Levan. So that was a 5-0 swing in a low-scoring game.
Yeah.
You have a lot of football guys.
We do.
How long does it take for them to get into basketball shape?
It takes a while. I've been doing this a long time, and I will tell you, these are guys that have been with us all summer and played a lot of games this summer. But a football season wears on your body a little bit. So most years it takes guys to early January. I almost feel like Maddox is ahead of that curve of kids that I've coached in the past. Carell is doing great things for us, but I know in a week or 2 or 3 weeks his shot is going to be, he shot lights out this summer. So he's struggling a little bit with that right now, but he'll get that. But like early January, usually those guys get their shots back.
This was your first close game of the season. What did you learn about your kids?
I'm pleased. This is a very talented team that we have, but it's a very inexperienced team. A lot of these guys, with the exception of Maddox, played JVs last year. We had a very successful JV season, and we knew we had talent coming in. It's just a matter of being game ready. And obviously a varsity game is way different from a JV game. So I was most pleased with when we had the lead, taking care of the ball and making some good decisions. I thought for the most part we made some good decisions.
Obviously the Central Dauphin game was tough, but what do you think they learned from that experience?
Listen, one of the hardest things as a high school basketball coach is getting your kids ready to play every game. And I talk about that with them, and I think they understood that night after the game. And when you go on the road, you got to be ready to go. That was our first away game. Like I said, we had a young team. They got punched in the mouth early, and they didn't respond very well. So I think they learned what it takes. So I do think, and I'm hoping that Central Dauphin Laws pays dividends down the road.
You have a lot of guards.
Yeah, we do.
How important is Levan just to give you some size in the middle?
He's very important. Every guy that we have, and it's not coach talk either, we got a lot of guys on our team that are super important. There are guys that didn't play tonight that are important to us because we're going to need them in a couple weeks. But Luke's very important because, like you said, we do need some size. We're rather small besides him, and he's really improved. I wish people could see how far he's come since the beginning of last year. He was one of those guys that we kept last year, truthfully, because he's a great kid, and we saw potential in him. He was very raw, and he just put the time in and has worked super hard. I don't know too many kids that I've had over the last couple of years that have put individual time in the offseason like he has.
When Tommy comes back, what's he going to bring to your team?
Super athleticism. He is by far our most athletic kid. He's tough. Probably our best defender. It's another guard who can handle the ball. You got me excited. We've gotten off to this pretty good start to our season without, personally, I think one of our best players, and he's a great team guy. He's going to make the other guys around him better. He's a pass first guy, which I'm trying to change him a little bit. I want him to be a little bit more selfish, but we're super excited to get him back into our rotation.
Last thing, how are you doing on your Christmas shopping so far?
I'm not doing really good. I'm not doing really well. My wife will tell you I'm not a really good shopper. So Santa, I need some help, brother. Help a brother out, Santa. But yeah, I gotta do better. I gotta do better. Way to put me on the spot.
Well, thanks for your time.
Hey, I appreciate you, and I hope everybody has a wonderful holiday season and enjoy your family.
All right, thanks, Matt.